With health updates and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on and don't forget to like the video. Addressing those that have been critical of his reign as AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland said this to Adrian Hernandez: "I want you to want more now and then get fed as the 9-course meal. You get more as it goes, rather than you just get the steak at the beginning and then, I'm too full, this is too much. Now you want a salad. Now you're wanting bread as that goes on. That's how things go. Like I always say, compare television. Television people think works like the rate of a faucet, and it doesn't. It works like an IV drip. It's more of the pacing. Eventually, you will get your full glass, but it's not instant." Revealing how Floyd Mayweather's appearance at Double or Nothing came to be, Swerve Strickland said this at the post-AEW Double or Nothing media scrum. "Floyd has been a friend of my man Flash Garments. He gets a free pass every time he comes to AEW. If we have opportunities and connections, we're going to bring them here every time. We want to blow this place up and be the catalyst of it." That's how Floyd came through. We actually been talking to Floyd for like 2 years now, his whole family having them come through every time we come to Vegas. Finally, he was like, all right, this is the day we're pulling up. Asked about adding women's tag team or women's trios titles to AEW, president of the company, Tony Khan, noted at the post-AEW Double or Nothing media scrum, "Oh yeah, absolutely, we talked about that. We've talked about a lot of potential additions in terms of championships. We have some really strong rivalries emerging amongst the World Championship, TBS Championship, and ROH. The men's and women's division, I think there are a lot of possibilities down the line. I also think something different we can do here is I've had interest in would be mixed tag team championships. I think a lot of people would be interested in that too, and that would set AEW apart. So I'd also be interested in mixed tag team championships." Tony Khan also responded to concerns regarding the health of Adam Copeland after the barbed wire steel cage bout, saying, "We are checking him out. That was an amazing barbed wire cage match. I am knocking on all the wood and crossing my fingers he is okay. I was hoping he would be sitting with Tanahashi-san and me right now. He is really beat up. I hope he's okay, and it was a hard-hitting barbed wire cage match." During the main event of Double or Nothing in the Anarchy in the Arena match, Tony Khan would be involved as fan footage shows him rolling down the ramp. Previously, Dominik Mysterio noted that he will not need surgery for his elbow injury, and the star recently gave an update on his condition, telling Comic Book Nation, "It's doing a lot better, man. I had a slight tear in my Tommy John ligament, no surgery, just 6 to 8 weeks of rehab. Been doing the rehab 2 times a week now, so hopefully I can be back out there in the next couple of weeks." Asked for his thoughts on family at the Double or Nothing post-show media scrum, Will Ospreay, who defeated Roderick Strong to become AEW International Champion, responded, "I think about my family in every decision I make. They are the most important aspect of my life. Yes, more time with my family was a key reason I took this job, but also becoming one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. Some people overlook that and think I'm not working as hard. If you can show me a wrestler working at the same level as I am, be my guest. This is something I'm very firm about and proud to say. I'm inviting any professional wrestler willing to challenge me for this championship. Right now, this title has a lineage as a workhorse title, and in my hands, it is the best wrestling title in the world. If you believe you are the best wrestler, I dare you to come forward. I've got the keys to the forbidden door, and it's tough to break through." At that same media scrum, Mercedes Moné, following her victory over Willow Nightingale to become the TBS champion, said this to the Wrestling Observer regarding the delay for her return to in-ring action. "Me and Tony Khan have been talking for a very long time. People don't even actually know when I got signed to AEW. At the beginning of the year, we talked, signed a deal, made it happen. We were really talking about when was the perfect place and time for me to debut in the ring. We knew March 13th was going to be amazing and the Boston Garden. When Tony called me and said, I have the perfect place for you to debut. Boston, baby. Tony, you were speaking my language. You were speaking the Moné." Then he said, "We are celebrating AEW's 5-year anniversary here in Las Vegas for Double or Nothing. Can you wait?" I said, "I've been waiting for a whole year. Of course I can wait. I'm patient. This is the perfect place, the grandest place that I can make my in-ring debut. As you can see, Moné changes everything." Adding to this, it was said that regarding the New York Post story saying that Mercedes Moné was cleared in December 2023, AEW sources reached out to say that if that was the case, it was a major surprise to them. New Japan Pro Wrestling sources said that if she was able to wrestle in January, they would have tried to book her for Wrestle Kingdom and Battle in the Valley. AEW sources we spoke to said that it was pretty clear that Mercedes wasn't going to be wrestling until May, and that was due to the injury. Suffering a fractured wrist during the inaugural Marigold event in Japan, Julia, who is said to be facing Roxanne Perez at NXT Heat Wave on July 7th, posted this photo of herself after surgery, writing on X, "I'll give you an iron fist, I'm fine." With her recovering from surgery back in February to repair a torn ACL, Shotzi Blackheart gave an update on her health as the WWE star posted this to Instagram. "In Mexico to finally get these stem cells, I have been waiting since I hurt my back 2.5 years ago. Realizing that my knee injury is giving me the opportunity to finally heal my back has been a huge silver lining. Thank you, RejuveStem. Thank you, Universe. I am forever grateful. Here is to wrestling pain-free when I come back. But first, coconuts and cenotes." After giving birth in November, fans are wondering when Tay Melo will return to AEW, as she recently said this on X, "A couple more months until I'm cleared." Following MJF's return to AEW at the Double or Nothing event, details on this have emerged as Ringside News wrote that according to Fightful Select, plans for MJF's return have been in the works for quite some time. With AEW Double or Nothing earmarked as the target date, preparations were made well in advance to ensure his comeback was perfectly executed. Contrary to some rumors, MJF did not undergo shoulder surgery. He had worn a brace to mislead others about his condition. MJF did sustain a legitimate injury leading up to the AEW World End event. Adam Cole's injury significantly impacted last year's creative direction, and its effects are still being felt. There were plans for a major match between MJF and Cole last year, but as of spring, it seemed unlikely to happen immediately upon MJF's return. Although Cole did get physical during MJF's return segment. In addition to his return, Mikey Ruckus has prepared several new themes for MJF, including the orchestral version featured in his promo and a piano version. Significant creative plans are in place for MJF to be involved in a top-tier feud. MJF has made it abundantly clear that he is committed to AEW for the long haul, securing a multi-million-dollar per year contract. Most of the roster anticipated MJF's return tonight, with earlier reports that his comeback was imminent. The plan was for him to fly to another city out west and be driven to the show. No one we spoke with saw him before his grand entrance. In a video posted by Missy Beefcake, former WWE star Marty Jannetty can be seen getting married. Revealing her new name in a video on X, recently released WWE star Emma Diaz posted this.
Rev your engines and make way. Let me introduce to you Carolina Cruz, or better known as Havana Savage. My story isn't just about driving fast, it's about living fast and embracing every challenge with open arms. Born to a father who spent 7 days battling the unforgiving ocean to escape Cuba, I was raised on a diet of disciplina and resilience. He taught me to be the toughest luchadora there is and to always fight for what I want, no matter what. And in the pursuit of doing that, I've learned a thing or two about control, about taking the wheel and steering it in the direction of victory lane. From judo to wrestling, rugby to gymnastics, and now pro wrestling, I've tackled every obstacle head on, and I will continue to do so. Growing up in the streets of Miami, in my city of the 305, I've learned the hard way that life is a game of winners and losers. And let me tell you, I've never been one to settle for second place. Yo soy la mejor y seguiré haciendo la mejor. I will make my mark around here, and I will leave my mark around here, because there's only one speed, and that's mine.
Talking about Liv Morgan on his 83 Weeks podcast, former WCW president Eric Bischoff said, "There's something missing with Liv. I don't know what it is. She's obviously a gorgeous woman. She's in great shape. Her work in the ring is excellent. There's just something missing. And what I feel is missing in Liv exists in spades in Becky. There's just an inherent, natural, authentic charisma in Becky Lynch that isn't forced. It isn't a gimmick, it's just something in her." In a video, Mercedes Mone can be seen celebrating her title victory with Tony Khan. Expressing his desire to face a pro wrestling legend in AEW, Will Ospreay said this to Justin Walker. I'd really like to face Adam Copeland because he's transformed into a different animal, especially compared to his time on the other channel. I don't think I've ever seen him like this before. He's trying new things and fitting in with our style. AEW has a unique style where the focus is solely on pro wrestling. It's about climbing the ranks and being the best. Copeland has adapted to this, and I can't help but wonder, what does Ospreay versus Copeland look like? I'm very fascinated by that matchup. In some footage, Liv Morgan can be seen in an airport giving autographs.
Hi, Liv.
Am I personalizing these? I could personalize them and sign them, but if not, I can't sign them. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah?
Can you put Jordan
Yeah.
and Max?
On both or just one each?
Jordan on one, Max on the other. Thank you so much.
Of course. 1X or 2?
1X. That was a fun match last night.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
did
you.
awesome.
Take a photo for me?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna see. Can
Do you mind?
No.
Thank you.
take one for me. There you go.
Thank you.
Can I get one? Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Liv, thanks for your
Thank
time.
you. Have a
Have a good
good
day.
flight.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, no problem. Thank you.
As Natalya's contract with WWE is set to expire soon, an update was provided by Fightful Select with it said that I have not heard of a deal being signed. I heard she was going out to weigh her options. Confirming that he will not be re-signing with AEW, Mark Henry noted this on Busted Open Radio. Well, Dave, you know my impending contract status has reached an end. My contract with AEW is set to expire tomorrow, the 28th. I wanted to address that matter. Tony Khan said at the press conference that he was very happy and proud of what we did together, and I feel the exact same way. I appreciate everything that happened at AEW with Tony Khan and the Khan family. I had a great relationship, and I do feel like it's time for me to take more time to handle the MarkHenry.com and the Remarkable brand and focus that attention on what my next steps are, and I'm not going to be renewing my deal. It's a mutual thing. If I can't decide 100% of it myself, then it's only fair for both parties to end the relationship on a positive note. Like I said, it's been nothing but positive. I've done my best to help as many people as I could. There are still some things that I wanted to help with that I didn't get to finish, but those people have my phone number, and anytime they need to call me, I'm available for them. I am not leaving pro wrestling. What I'm saying is that I'm going to take some time to work on some projects, and I'm going to come back again in full force because that's what I do. When it comes to the WWE contract status of Becky Lynch, Ringside News wrote that Becky Lynch is set for a high-stakes world title cage match on WWE Raw, but her future with WWE remains uncertain. Tonight's main event will feature Lynch in a world title rematch against Liv Morgan. As of this morning, negotiations between Becky Lynch and WWE have not resulted in a new contract. According to Fightful Select, both sides are in ongoing discussions. It remains unclear whether an agreement is imminent or if it will impact tonight's match. Lynch's current WWE contract is set to expire on June 1st, at which point she will become a free agent unless a new deal is reached. WWE sources anticipate that Lynch could receive the largest offer ever extended to a female wrestler. It was added that the contractual situation of numerous stars among WWE has become a mystery now. With the recent release of people from the management, it is clear that WWE's plans to release people after their contracts end. With a number of superstars' contracts ending in the next few weeks, speculations of their re-signing have been surfacing on the internet. Becky Lynch has not re-signed her contract yet and might be part of her last match before her old contract ends on the May 27th episode of Raw. On the other hand, Natalya's contract is also set to expire very soon. However, she wasn't to weigh in on other options before making a decision. Among these names, WWE Raw star Dijak has also joined the fray. As per a recent update from Fightful, Dijak's contract is set to expire in just over a month. While his contract expiry is coming close, he is planned to be a part of this week's main event. While Dijak was drafted to the Red Brand just a few weeks ago, he hasn't shown up on the Red Brand lately. However, with his main event appearance likely confirmed, a new update might be received in the next few weeks. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.